You remember when game development studios actually paid to develop their game instead of doing Kickstarters and crowdfunding and pre-sales to fund the game? Remember when a studio had to believe in their own project because they were absorbing all the risk? And sure, they got all the reward, but they absorbed all the risk. I do, and I want to get back there. I want to get back to where MMORPGs were about what you earn in game, not what you earn by dual wielding a Visa and a MasterCard. Just kidding, I have a Discover. But earlier this year, I happened to come across Eternal Tombs, and it spawned a couple of videos because I really like the philosophy behind the company. Now, if you haven't heard of the game, it's being developed by Triune Studios, very small studio, new studio out of Oregon, and they have some revolutionary ideas. They are building a sandbox-style MMORPG, and that's nothing new. There's a lot of sandbox games in development, or a lot of games that are trying to get the sandbox smell, look, taste, feel onto their game. But Eternal Tombs is going to be a sandbox-style MMORPG, but with created content. And one of those types of content are live events run by live staff. Now, I'm not going to dive into this idea, but this is the what makes Eternal Tombs different. It's the Tomb Masters idea. The whole video is up there in the upper right-hand corner. You can leave a comment on that video or right here. Do you think events run by live staff are a good MMORPG idea? Because this is what makes it different. But that doesn't mean they don't have other content. There's going to be 30 zones to explore. There's going to be 19 raids on launch. Little map here. Looks a lot like Westeros in my opinion. Maybe Westeros with a twist. But it's a good-looking map, right? The thing about PvP, I know MMORPGs have become a PvP haven. The truth of the matter here is there's not going to be non-consensual PvP. PvP is always going to be an optional thing, and the main story is not behind it. We are a very PvE-focused game. Now, I know PvPers, you're ready to click off. That's fine. Leave a comment below. Tell me why PvP is a must for you, and then instead of clicking off and forgetting about this video, share it with a couple of people, because you might have PvEers in your life. They don't need an intervention. They just don't like PvP. It is an action-based combat game, and this is kind of the direction a lot of games are going. There are magical items, but here is where I think another standout where Eternal Tombs is different. Magic does not come from within yourself, because that's evil. That statement is enough to get me interested in the lore. Like, okay, so I'm able to use magic, but I'm not a magician. I'm not a sorcerer. I'm not a Gandalf. I really want to see how they pull this off. There are 6 classes. Through crafting skills and loot, you will be able to create hybrid variants. I like the idea that I'm going to be able to customize my character and play how I want. And then, of course, I got to the character list. And I saw Chloromancer, and that's it. I'm in love. It's Chef's Kiss. It's what I want. Using the forest to attack enemies and fortify my allies. That's it. I'm sold until I scrolled down and I said, wait a minute. Bone Stitcher? Morticians at heart. Bone Stitchers harvest body parts, blood, and fluids from their enemies to heal their friends. And I don't think your friends are going to thank you. Rot away the flesh of their enemies in disease and gut them alive. That right there, honestly, shut up, take my money, let me be a bone stitcher, let me see it, let me touch it, let me try it, whatever, it's what I want. It's necromancy at its purest form, and it makes me the good guy? Yeah, I want that. Monetization. This is usually the big groan, it's usually the big I'm done point. Buy to play, optional sub, no pay to win, no microtransactions. This is actually the second philosophy that caused me to start covering this game. I did a video called Do You Think Microtransactions Belong in MMORPGs? It's in the upper right-hand corner, and 100% credit for that video idea goes out to Triune Studios and Eternal Tombs, because their philosophy is microtransactions do not belong in MMOs. So again, there's a question on the screen. Do you think microtransactions belong in MMOs? You can go to that video, leave the comment here, or you can even comment about why microtransactions kind of ruin Dragon's Dogma 2. Your choice. Funding. Funding is the thing I started with. Should a game studio be able to self-fund their project? And the answer is yes. And Triune believes it. No Kickstarter. No Founders Packs. They have said they may have to open a Patreon near the end, but they will see. And I think that is a whole lot different than saying, we're just out of money. help us get to the finish line versus, hey, we have an idea, help us fund it. So I always like to say what a company is saying, but I also like to make sure it's the truth, the whole truth. They may open a Patreon, which is crowdfunding, but not until they need it to get to the finish line. So how do you support them? If what you've heard today is good, you like it, you want to see this game more, well, wishlist the game on Steam. Costs you nothing, but it keeps getting the game in front of other eyes. The other question is, so how do you support me supporting them? Well, I'm going to be streaming this week and next. I am a content creator for Eternal Tombs. I'm going to be covering this game in detail starting tomorrow. I'll put a link to my Twitch in the description. And then whenever they're doing testing, I will get in. I will start breaking the build. And believe me, I will break anything I touch. I will start showcasing it. I will answer your questions. I will try to become as knowledgeable on Eternal Tombs as I have been with all the other games I cover. So go over to my Twitch, follow me so you get the go live notifications. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I will do my best to answer them. And until next time, guys, just realize I'm really hyped for this and I want to see where it goes. Take care.